Hello, Core Life. Happy Tuesday. It's Lauren Melton here, registered dietitian at Core Life in Odenton and host of Eating Well with Core Life. Thanks for joining me again today. We're going to continue our restaurant series today and talk about how to order healthy at Panera Bread. So I'm very excited to talk about this subject, but before we get started, while some of our clinics are still temporarily closed, you can meet with your care team still through a telehealth visit. If you haven't taken advantage of that yet and you plan on doing so, don't forget to give your local office a call or send them an email and they will get you scheduled. You may have noticed that some of our offices have opened. So if you want to see if your office is open, again, just give them a call or send them an email. You can also track your progress using our app and remote patient monitoring program. So if you haven't done that, again, give your local office a call or send them an email and they'll get you set up for that as well. Like I said, today we're talking about how to order healthy at Panera Bread. Panera Bread is one of those restaurants that they have healthy food choices for every meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner, but something that you want to pay attention to, checking out the menu ahead of time that provides you with all the nutrition information so that you can be as educated as possible for yourself before you walk in and are overwhelmed with all the food choices. Although they do offer some really good lower calorie menu items and some healthy things, they still have some things that are total calorie bombs. So knowledge is power, I say. So always, check beforehand. And if you're still confused, I'm here to help you navigate through healthy options. So when you're looking for breakfast, so what are some of the best things that you can order for breakfast? One of my favorites is the Power Almond Quinoa Oatmeal. Pretty much all of their oatmeal is made with steel cut oats, which is pretty high in fiber and does have some protein. Again, with this one, with the quinoa, you're getting an extra little bump of protein. The sliced almonds, again, another little bump of protein, give you that nice crunch and some healthy fats. So with the oatmeal, you just want to watch out for all the added toppings that they'll give you. So just be sure that you're counting those when you start logging. Another one that I really like, one of the breakfast sandwiches, is the avocado, egg white, and spinach breakfast sandwich. Get a lot of good protein here, some healthy fats on the flatbread, so you're getting some good fiber there as well. Just pretty balanced as far as a breakfast sandwich goes. I would always recommend skipping the pastries. They're a lot more nutritious things, but occasionally if you want a pastry, go for it. But for the majority of the time, try and choose something that's going to be a little bit healthier. So then if we move into like the lunch dinner category, I'm going to kind of go through some different categories of food and give you ideas for how to navigate that. So as far as soups go, something to be aware of when you're eating soup, and I'm sure all of you know, if you're eating soup away from home, sometimes at home, you just have to accept that it's going to be a sodium bomb, probably enough for an entire day. Sometimes so. If you're trying to watch your sodium, maybe soup isn't the way to go when you're at Panera Bread. But if you are into soups, the chicken noodle one is pretty good. It's low calorie, only 170 calories, and it has 13 grams of protein. So that's a good choice for you. The 10 vegetable soup, it's actually the lowest calorie soup that Panera has, and it's only 100 calories per cup if you're looking to get in some extra vegetables. The turkey chili, that can be a standalone meal option because it does have enough protein there. And with soups, I would just say avoid the bread bowl for unwanted calories that you're not really needing. So go with one of those on the soups, or if you see any others that you feel like are pretty low calorie, good protein. Then we go to the salads. So pretty much with salads, again, just a general rule, try and always get the dressings on the side just so you can control how much you use. But some of my favorites, the Green Goddess Cobb salad with chicken. I usually just ask for it without the bacon because you don't want any more extra fat, or go light on the bacon if you like the flavor. The seasonal green salad, this is pretty much just your standard, just lettuce salad. As a side item, it's really, really low calorie. If you want to make it a meal, just add, their chicken, and that can be a great entree for you. The modern Greek salad with quinoa, you can add you can add chicken to that and make that a complete meal as well. With that one, I would say go easy on the dressing. ask for it on the side. Again, there's a lot of fat already there from the olives, the feta cheese, things like that. So you don't need a ton of extra. So I hope that gives you some ideas for salads. Then for the other entrees, the grain bowls. So there's two types of grain bowls right now, the Baja and the Mediterranean. Lots of great flavors going on here. You can get these with or without chicken, and these are kind of a standalone entree. Now, something to be mindful of, these can get pretty high in calories quickly if you get the whole thing with an upward, like I think the lowest amount of calories is close to like 500, if not more. So I would recommend sharing those with somebody and maybe getting like we talked about, the seasonal green salad on the side, or eat half of it and take the other half to go maybe for lunch the next day or for dinner. But I really like these. There's a lot of great flavors here. The Baja Bowl is more of kind of a Mexican feel with black beans, things like that. And the Mediterranean has cilantro, lime rice, feta, quinoa. So a lot of great like whole foods here. Just the portion size is really large. So this is another thing we're talking about, like too much of a good thing can be not so good. So just watch your portions on those. Split it with your friend or whoever you're there with, or take half of it home. Then when we get to sandwiches, so something that I recommend doing if you're going to go to Panera Bread and get a sandwich is get half of a sandwich and pair it with something like the seasonal greens or the 10 vegetable soup, just so you're not, getting so many calories. Because these sandwiches can be, pretty low calorie as far as sandwiches go. Half of it's going to be, under 300 calories for the most part, but if you get the whole thing plus, whatever side, you can be talking at upwards of like 800 calories. To some degree. But my favorite sandwiches at Panera Bread that I think are some of the healthiest, the steak and arugula sandwich, I would say go easy on the cream cheese just to cut a little bit of that extra fat off. The turkey sandwich, it's pretty basic as far as a sandwich go, pretty classic. Something I would recommend doing is switching the mayo for avocado spread just to save you some of that saturated fat, and I think that avocados are pretty yummy compared to mayonnaise, but that's just me. The Mediterranean vegetable sandwich, a half portion of the sandwich is the lowest calorie sandwich at Panera. It's 220 calories. And it actually does have 9 grams of protein, even though it doesn't have any meat, because it does have feta cheese and some of the hummus on there. So that's, if you're looking for low calorie, that's what I would tell you to go for. And then try and have, something with a little more protein in there as a side possibly. But I hope that gives you some good options for navigating through Panera Bread. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give me any restaurants that you'd like me to cover or any other topics in general. We want to continue doing these even after COVID is over. So if there's any topics that you'd like me to cover, please leave them in the comments below. I'm always open to ideas, and I do read the comments, and we do try to do as much as we can with what people want to hear. But don't forget to check out the cooking demos with Nick, the fitness workouts with Corey, and all of our other trainers. Again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the comments below. We love you, Core Life. We hope to see you very soon, and stay healthy.